In the spring of 2022, we decided to refinish our floors in a large section of our home. We mulled over all of the options extensively and even got quotes for the different possibilities, all of which were expensive. After all of that, I chose to try painting them myself. I really thought that with all of our wood furniture, along with the pine posts and beams in the space, a painted floor would allow those things to stand out in a really nice way. Over the past 9 years, the floor took a beating, which caused a lot of wear and tear, to the point where kids would get splinters while just playing around. So it was necessary for us to rent a floor sander in order to get it smooth again and ready to receive paint. So first I tested a small patch just to see if I liked the mushroom gray color paint that I had chosen. Even though I barricaded the area, my dog still found a way to check out the situation. This confirmed to me that in order to get anything done, I definitely needed the kids and dogs to go up to our cottage for a few days. Once my husband and kids had left, I began masking off the openings in order to cut down on dust while sanding. There was a lot to do in preparation for the actual painting phase. This can seem tedious. However, I find motivation in thinking about the end result and how refreshed and bright it will be. This is definitely the biggest interior project I've ever done. The whole process and outcome helped me to find even more confidence to try other things that I may have doubted I was even capable of. A lot of thinking, planning, and time went into it though, and it wasn't an overnight decision. Researching this topic helped as I could ensure a good quality paint finish that would last for many years. Also, I could observe other people's before and afters and hear their thoughts on the whole process, which really inspired me to go ahead with it. And of course, having my family on board to trust me with this also helped to spur me on. Although I felt intimidated by the sheer size and power of the machine, I quickly got used to the push and pull motion as well as coordinating, lifting, and lowering the sanding belt. I did enjoy the sanding process once I got going. I realized it was quite easy because the sander did most of the work and all I needed to do was guide it. It was actually a nice change from my routine to put on the safety gear and slowly watch the whole area be transformed and repaired. As much as I tried to plan everything out ahead of time, it was just a matter of making decisions as I went along that made sense in the moment. Lots of moving, shifting, and rethinking was necessary in order to make the space to sand, vacuum, mop, and paint. I must have gone over the floor dozens and dozens of times in order to complete all of these steps. I had about 3 straight days to work on this, mainly the sanding and the majority of painting. This allowed for enough drying time before our whole family would start using it. While everyone was home, I was able to paint the edges with a brush and touch up any areas that needed it over time. Finally, getting to the painting stage was my favorite part. This is where I would see a big change happen and also get an idea of how it will all look. I used a high-quality primer plus a floor paint in a satin finish. It had a primer and top coat built into it, so I didn't need to use a sealer once I got 2 coats of color on. Just when I thought I was nearing the finish line, I had a change of heart. I didn't regret painting the floor, but I wasn't too sure that the color was complementary to the wood tones, like I had hoped. It also didn't seem to brighten up the space much either. So I quickly searched online and found someone who had painted their floor an off-white color. I really liked her decorating style and all the wood furniture in her space. So in order to finish painting in enough time before my family would come home, I simply used the exact same paint color that the interior designer Liz Marie had used in her home. The moment I rolled on the white, I felt instant relief that I had made the right decision. But I was a little worried about what my family would think, because they were expecting gray. It turned out they were surprised and happy at the difference the lighter paint color made. And now, about 10 months later, I still feel great that we decided to do this. By not hiring people to refinish or install new flooring, we saved a lot in labor and new material costs. The painted white floors have surpassed my expectations because of how it has elevated this room to be a very special gathering place. The simple and calm look of an all-white room is so refreshing to live in every day. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope you're inspired to try something new that will add the same calmness and simplicity to your home.